Kaya? Okay. Hello, Kaya.
Yeah, because Kaya edits the podcast. Guys, we have a very, very special guest today.
From upstairs.
Yes. Oleg Bogdan. Oleg Bogdan.
Yeah, it's how...
How do you pronounce it?
Like...
How do you pronounce it and where were you born and how are you doing right now?
Oleg Bogdan. You see, like all Americans, they calling me Oleg.
Oh, what's your name?
Oleg. Because like we... like pretty much everybody like pronounce like a first O like A. Oleg.
Okay, well, look. He's just hitting a hookah right now in the living room, so if you hear that...
It's for 10 minutes probably. But when I'm going to talk, it's going to be hookah.
Oh, but you can put it over there maybe?
Yeah.
So it's just not as loud.
Okay.
We are fucking quarantined. This is our second week. It's been me, Oleg, and Veronica for... I mean, is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday right now.
It's Wednesday. Oh, man, time is like slowed down, right?
No, that's fine. I'm just like eating and sleeping, so that's good.
I know, but I'm saying, don't you think time has moving way slower? It feels like this thing started like a month ago. It's only been a week and a half.
Yeah, you're right. But it's actually started months ago. But
Just
quarantine, yeah.
Keep your mouth like a...
Oh, okay.
Like just like no more than a fist away from the mic.
Okay, yeah, like that.
Yeah. But you can move it.
Yeah, that's fine.
What were you saying?
No, like actually the quarantine starts like 1.5 weeks ago. But the original, there was like 1 month since we got the first...
case.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, so that you're basically... The coronavirus has been around for like at least a month. I mean, it's been months since it was first started, but it's been 2 weeks of like everyone's quarantined. Like, because I feel like we were the first ones to really... I remember we had like a meeting and we shut down the studio and we had a meeting about finances and we were kind of tripping and shit. So it's just been me, Oleg, and Veronica. Me and Oleg kind of got into it the other day. But other than that, I think it's been pretty good. Oleg is a photographer. You were the art director of a magazine in the Ukraine. Like how big was that magazine?
Yeah, that was pretty big. It's still
what's it
kinda
called?
Exist. It's called Viva.
And like what would
it's kind of like the People magazine here.
And you just were in charge of like every
our department.
Like what does that mean?
All the layout, like covers, photo shoots, creating all idea for photo shoots.
Really? Photo shoots also, huh?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I was hired photographers. I was creating an idea. I was controlling how it's pretty much like a director in a movie.
But that's like
just
that's like your dream job, huh?
Yeah,
that's what you really want to do.
I wanted be director, but like not actually movie on this moment, but mostly music videos.
Oh, but isn't your passion to be a photographer?
No, photographer definitely first, and then the
music video director.
Because it's kind of it's connected
for sure.
It's definitely connected because like for photo shoot you need to create an idea, you need to realize that
it might
idea.
As well be a video.
Yeah, the same, pretty much the same. But like as a video director, you basically not doing that with your hands. You're just doing it with your brain. You know what I mean? So if you're a photographer, you need to hit the button and
right,
and do that. Right. But if you're a director, you not hit anything.
Why photography? Like what? How did you get into this genre? Like I mean,
there was a crisis in 2008.
Well, just so we're clear, dude was a big photographer in the Ukraine. Art director, the guy's equivalent to probably Casey McPherson or whoever. Just like, he had a lot of followers and he came out here and it was just like, he doesn't speak very good English and it's hard to get bigger jobs. But so I work with him a lot and I feel really privileged to be able to work with him because I feel like a dude like him, should sort of be, should cost a lot more than he does. So I'm sorry. What were you saying? I'm trying to get people to give a shit.
That's fine.
Yeah,
you were asking like when I was started to do that.
Yeah, like what made you? Not so much like when did you start, but like why?
I'm telling you why. There's the money. There was a reason. Money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like we had. So I was on that moment. There was 2006, and I was just regular designer in the magazine, and we had like a last page, like some celebrities party. And we always need a photographer to go to the parties and capture some celebrities. And they were like paying pretty much like $10 per picture. So then I said, so I can like buy a camera and get start like shooting and get a lot of money. So yeah, that's 2006.
Yeah, but you also probably thought, this seems like a job that would be.
No, that's
really?
Yeah, I never seen that because I was trying to get extra money because I had a salary for designer and then there was extra.
So it wasn't even, you didn't even think it would be like fun or like anything.
No, that was fun because every single party there was alcohol. I was like, right. I was drunk. I was like meeting the people. That was fun. That was actually fun.
Yeah, but you weren't like obsessed with like the craft.
No, I there was like 2 years later.
You became
yeah.
But do you think that if you hadn't actually had done it, you would have been as into it?
Probably, yeah. So yeah, if I didn't do that in 2006, yeah, I'm probably not getting to it.
Really? What did you want to do when you were a kid?
I don't know. I had like no ideas.
Really?
Yeah, my life was not really good, but I don't want to talk about it.
Right. Wow. There's nothing that you can tell us?
No, I grew up in a hood. It's like really, really bad. Everybody's like, not everybody, like most of the people, they're using drugs. They were selling drugs. Like there's lots of alcoholics. There's like I was born in Soviet Union, so like vodka that was like number one, and then Soviet Union like kind of disappeared, and there was 90s. Like everybody like started like robbing each other. Like
robbing each other.
Yeah, like there's like when I was kid, some guys like they just started like games, like how do you call that, like machine game, like where you can play like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Arcade, yeah. So they just started putting in like shops, like a market, and before you got that market, you could be robbed like 2-3 times because like parents giving you money, like a small money to play, and the other like the older kids, they just like, oh, come here, I'm gonna tell you something, and right. You come into that kid and like.
So you went to the arcade and you got robbed.
Yeah, like the hats, sometimes hats. Hats. Yeah, they just like stealing your hat.
Right. Okay. Well, doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, shoes, money, like everything what you have. Like if you like, fortunately, maybe we had no cell phones that moment. So yeah, my first cell phone was 2000.
So this is Kyiv.
Yeah, Kyiv. It's the capital of Ukraine.
Oh, you said your first cell phone was in when
2001.
And were you here? Or did you still lived out there? How long have you been here for?
Yes, 5 years, 5.5.
So you've been here for 5.5 years. How old were you when you moved?
30.
So you're 35.
It's gonna be 36.
So you move. Wow. So see, that's one thing that we were talking about that we can talk a little bit more about later. Is sometimes I feel like I go deep with people, and once you become my friend, I'm not really gonna like you're gonna get the real. I just don't have time for like weather talk or like I go. Sometimes I want to go get closer to people than they want, and sometimes me and Oleg we've become very close, and sometimes things get lost in translation. And something that I realized is that maybe it's not so much the language as it is the culture, and like certain you can't like. There's this movie called Arrival. Have you seen it? The alien when the aliens land.
Yes, I saw that.
That movie. It's one of my favorite movies because really it's about language.
Yeah, but this is different situation.
No. But I can relate it though, because like you grew up in a completely different circumstance than me in every single way. So everything that your brain knows, like the world is only a projection of what we give every single thing in this world meaning based on what we've learned in our past. Like it's kind of hard to explain. Like even like right now, I feel like if I were to really try to talk about like shit like that, like you may not understand exactly what I'm trying to say.
Maybe, yeah.
But really, it's the culture and whatever. But
because I don't know, like do you had like in your childhood like your school fighting from another like with another school, like kind of like 15 like 9th grade like man.
Yeah, kids.
Like,
yeah.
Kids.
Well,
with everything, with knives.
Wow.
With there is like that's crazy.
No, we had it inside the school, rockers versus rappers, but it was like different. It was
there was like school by school. Like if somebody like, hey, you fucker, and like, okay, tell me why I'm fucker. If you're not gonna like explain why I'm fucker, you could be like punched, and then like, oh, that guy gonna like invite his friends, and I'm gonna invite my friends, and there is like 10 by 10.
So Kyiv is a poor place.
It's like no, it's like Kyiv.
Kyiv is big.
Kyiv is big. Yeah, Kyiv.
You were in a poor part of it.
Yeah. It's not a center. It's like I would say it's like a Compton here in 80s, but Compton is like it's really really like nasty place.
So it wasn't that bad.
No.
But it was like maybe
we had no guns like that, like
Right.
in Compton, like.
So
But
was it like a poor area?
yeah, there was pretty poor area. Yeah.
So, and that's what you don't want to talk about?
No, I'm just what I want to talk about my life, my personal life.
Oh, like your family and stuff. Because this podcast is called Learning to Lose. And I think that it's kind of ironic that he doesn't want to talk about something that could be, a big part of his childhood and trauma and stuff, but that's fine.
I can talk to you in personal.
Yeah.
Camera and microphones.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that pain and growth. Oleg's obviously been through a lot, and I think it's a part of the reason that he's such a cool dude. It's funny because you're not, you're like a happy guy naturally. Like you have a really good energy, positive, giving, loving, just a cool dude. And he, I'm sure, like you said, you grew up in a really kind of in a fucked up situation on way more levels than just one.
Yeah.
Every level. And you turned out to be such a cool, great guy. So, I mean, it kind of, not everybody goes that way.
Yeah, but I need to admit, sorry for interrupting.
Let me just finish.
Okay.
Not every single person that's endured hardships as a kid or in their early part of life learns from that and grows and becomes awesome. But in a lot of cases, when people go through a lot of hardships and they learn to lose, kind of, you become a better, more well-rounded, knowledgeable. You have more wisdom. You've been to the dark places, and you have gratitude. And there's a depth to certain people that have been through a bunch of shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I need to admit, I always had money. Like I never.
No, it's okay.
I never.
Me too. But I've been through a lot of crazy shit.
But I never sometimes like there is lots of bad stories like people struggling, they don't have money and like they had nothing to eat. It
doesn't really matter. I think good people are good people, and all I'm saying is I would love to explore a little bit. Like he's actually wearing a Learning to Lose shirt right now. I would just like to explore if that phrase has any meaning to you, and like maybe what you think it means, and if you can apply it to any area of your life.
I don't know how to describe it.
Really?
I mean, I know what it means, but what does it means for me?
Yeah, like any situation.
But there's lots of. For me, I would say there's lots of situation what I would change. But you cannot change anything right now.
Okay, that's actually a really good point, because with this way of life, this way of thinking, you don't actually want to change anything because you've accepted that everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to, and it made you who you are, and it brought you to this point. And if it had gone a different way, you would be somewhere different. So whether you think it's good or bad, like that's kind of my whole philosophy, because I've spent so much time like wishing things went differently, and it just doesn't help me be happy.
There's only like some sort of things like a love, like a girl, like There's like probably like two girls, like, and right now I'm still kind of remember it.
Right.
And if I wouldn't be that
playboy
bad person,
right.
Because I never had like a relationship.
Yeah, Oleg's talked to me before about his when you were in the club and you kind of lived a gnarly life. You were like fucking bitches.
I was working as a photographer in a nightclub for probably 2 or 3 years, I forgot. And every like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was in a club. And everybody like invited me, like just have a drink, just like let's hook up with us, let's do like shots, let's shot of vodka, like whiskey.
And you got paid per photo? Or?
No, I got paid per club.
So the club had you on like a salary?
No. There's not. Okay, so there was like there was nightclub. The website about nightclub life, and that website paid me. So I could go like for 3 clubs. They're gonna pay me like $20 per club. I could go for 5 clubs. So I need like I was needed only like 200, 300 photo per club. So like I could stay in one club and get $20, or I can go like in the middle of
$20.
Yeah, there was 2000
and that, but
7, 8 or something.
It was so what though? I mean, we performed and got 300, and that was like
I could get per night.
But I'm just saying, is Kyiv is lower.
I had good money.
$20 in Kyiv is like 200 here.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but I had.
So, but these girls were in Kyiv that you miss.
I don't know where she is.
but you were with her over in Kyiv.
Yeah.
So you got to meet someone out here.
That's complicated right now with me.
Well, are you on the dating sites?
Because but like I'm not feeling like I can date American girl.
Oh,
because of mentality.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just too spoiled, huh?
I don't know like how to explain, like I'm always joking, and sometimes people don't understand my jokes. It's like it's our mentality. If you're in our circle, like it's basically USSR. So that 15th Republic, they all speak Russian plus the native language, so they all understand like the circles joke, So, right. But like,
but what about like the connection that we have, like, or Veronica? Like,
no, but yeah, you understand my jokes. But
okay, but let me just ask you this: if Veronica was single, would she be someone that you could be with? I mean, personality wise.
I don't know.
Because I'm just saying that
she's already American.
Right, but
okay, so I'm gonna say never.
Yeah.
It could be like, I don't know. It could be like Pam.
Yeah,
and something like Tumblr or like
Well, maybe there's someone that's gonna see this and want to meet you.
Yeah, but like you never. So you never know. But originally, I want to be with a girl who understand me.
Yeah,
me
that makes sense. And I think there's also probably a lot of Ukrainian, Russian girls. What about? Russian would work, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing: all those girls, pretty much all of them, like 80%, they came here for a better life.
Yeah.
So they want like a rich guy. They want like a rich person. Whatever.
Yeah.
I met so many Russian girls here who with like older dudes with like big money. So I met so many girls. But we're connecting. We're friends. But they just want to go like for a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Rolls Royce, and other stuff. So that's another point.
So what happened with those girls?
I don't know right now.
No, I mean, like, what happened? Why did you break up with those two girls?
One girl I broke up because just my feelings go away somewhere. And the second girl I broke up because I moved here.
What do you mean your feelings? You mean you just didn't like her anymore?
Yeah.
You know, that's an interesting thing because something that I've realized being with Veronica and just throughout my life is that if I ever am into somebody and then I fall out of love with them or I'm not into them anymore or I'm not able to see what I saw, for me, it always has to do with something in me. Like, I'm the problem. Because if I liked her before and she didn't change and I don't like her now, it must be something that changed in me, which I guess it's obviously possible to like not be attracted to someone anymore. But for me, in my situation, every time I was trying to like pick apart Veronica, it was always because I felt shitty about myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
I'm not saying that
it's a little bit different.
What happened with you. I'm just saying that for anybody listening, this is an important thing to just to know, like, like when I'm
because there's another thing like all the girl I had, I couldn't stay with them longer than one night because I want to sleep in my bed. I don't want to sleep with them.
Okay, well that's your fear of. Are you aware of your fear of like closeness?
No, I'm just not comfortable.
Right.
I wasn't comfortable. Like, not because I'm not comfortable with that girl. I'm not comfortable for myself to sleep in the different bed. Oh, in the same bed with somebody. I want to be comfortable to sleep in my bed alone. To like roll myself like. From one side to another side.
Yeah.
With a girl, you cannot do that.
Did you know that for like the longest time, like I would make Veronica sleep like all the way on the other side of the bed?
What if like you have a California king right now? It's pretty big.
Yeah.
But what if like a king or a queen or like twin? The twin is like it's small.
Yeah. Well, but what if you had a California king? Would you wanna?
Like I never had California king.
Okay, well, what if you did? Would you?
I don't know. I need to try.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you've never gotten close enough to a girl where you can like be yourself around her. All fucking.
But it's not about be yourself.
No, I'm talking about like the ugly shit.
No, I'll always be myself.
No, I'm talking about like the ugly shit. Like, have you ever been with a girl where you can like shit in front of her, like fart in front of her, or whatever? I hate saying that, but
no.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm even trying not to fart in front of you, but sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like, you know, once you get to know someone for like long, then that goes away. You know, you how long were you with this girl that you weren't comfortable sleeping over?
There was complicated situation because she had a boyfriend and I was trying to like kind of.
Oh, you weren't even.
I was trying to take her from that boyfriend, but she had a boyfriend, but she spent it all.
Is this that model that you showed me?
No.
Is that the other one?
It's a different, yeah.
One of the two, or just a totally different one?
No, that's a different one. That's what I showed you. That's a different one.
Yeah, this fool's been with some serious Ukrainian models. Like, it's kind of crazy. What about Regina?
No, Regina, we're a friend with Regina.
But did you hook up?
No.
Oh. So yeah, back to learning to lose. What does it mean?
What does it mean? What?
Learning to lose.
I just explained you.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, it's like in from my perspective, it's like that's what I cannot change, but I want change.
Oh. So
like on this moment, like
so that's like a loss, like that you lost.
Yeah, it's lost. Like I would say right now, like
you lost that game. If the game of love,
yes.
Okay, but learning to lose has to do with learning to embrace that and accept that and be happy.
Look, I have no other option.
Right.
To not accept that.
Right.
I'm accepting that because
right.
But I'm still thinking about it.
Right.
I can't just put the wall and not thinking about it.
Are you competitive?
I don't know.
Right. Yeah, you don't seem like the kind of person who would be like a sore loser or get upset if you lost a game or
No, I wouldn't be upset.
Right.
I would be upset definitely if I lost the game. I would be like
that's what I mean. Are you competitive? Is like an adjective that describes people who care about winning and losing, like very much, and they're very competitive and they want to win all the time, right? So that's
look, the big percentage of people, like I would say even 90% of people, they wanna win.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a lot of people that are kind of like when it comes to games, and just being more or less driven and like selfish. There's
but 1-2 days and you can let it go.
Well, not me. So some people are worse than others. And I am like it's a problem with my mind to be overly competitive and thinking basically that if I'm not winning, I'm a loser and I don't have any value. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you need to understand you cannot win every single time.
For sure. That's learning to lose. But not only understanding that you're going to lose, but almost like being just as happy when you lose, because it's just a part of the longer process.
Look,
do you know what I mean?
It's like for me.
Does that make sense though?
Like I'm gonna explain. It's like for me, like when I see some picture, right? Like for famous photographer, he's like took a picture of Rihanna, for example, and I'm not feeling like 100% sure I can make it exactly like that or make it more look beautiful, better,
yeah.
But like I have no opportunity to go to that circle to get Rihanna and take a picture of Rihanna. So there is no opportunity for me. So that's like sometimes I'm feeling like I'm disappointed, like what the fuck? And I'm seeing this picture like, oh, I could do it better, but I can't do it better because I can go there, and that's it. Like boom, stop. What you can do? You can just like keep shooting, and maybe someday someone will.
I actually think
invite you.
I think that through me and Tim, I think that you do have a really good chance of getting known and getting seen. I already know that there are a lot of people that we know who are in that circle that know of you. I mean, when you came on the screen the other day, Kellen was like, Oleg. Like, do you realize?
No, he knows me.
But do you realize who he works for?
I know, like for Agenda.
No. Yeah, he just got a new job.
No, I didn't know that.
He's basically running Pharrell's company, and he fucks with you hard.
That's good.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're right there.
I wish he can hear it and just introduce me to Pharrell and just make some sort of photo shoot.
But I'm just saying, eventually, like it will happen, and that's why relationships are so important, you know. And me and Tim just have a lot of good ones, and you're like one of my best friends and someone who I think is.
But I'm not with you because of the photography.
No, I know. I'm not, and I don't want to. And I'm not fucking with you because of photography either, or that I think you can benefit me. I think that it's just, for me, it's fun to work with my friends. And for me, it's fun when all my friends come up and then we can do dope shit together. Like, I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm fucked up. Like, I don't even really want to do dope shit by myself because I'm on some whole other shit because I've already like seen what it looks like.
Yeah, we had that conversation before.
What?
About you like doing like 5 things in one moment.
But that's not what I'm saying. Like, I've already had a moderate amount of success with Hypercrush.
Yeah.
And what I thought was something that I wanted turned out to be something that, like, and that's also kind of like a part of this whole concept is like, you don't really know what's best for you, right? Only God knows that. And like maybe
doctor
maybe like you being a successful photographer out here, you know, there's this saying, God only says 3 things. God never says no. Like, no, you're not going to be successful. This is what God says. He either says yes, not right now, or I have something better.
You don't know what the God says.
No, this is just a saying that I've heard in the rooms and stuff. Yes, not yet, maybe later, or I have a better idea. And it's a different way of looking at everything. So basically it's always the best thing for you. And that's like what it means to have complete faith in a higher power. Does that make sense?
Yeah, except like you don't know what the God said.
I know, but like it's just a way of like illustrating.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just trying to joke. I mean,
yeah,
I'm always trying to joke.
Yeah, but do you understand like what I mean by that? Like you'll always get what's best for you. Basically, is what it means.
Yeah, and I'm like looking at this picture and I'm because I'm a little bit weird guy.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this picture and I'm seeing like I could erase those poles.
Right.
You see those poles?
Yeah.
And I want to erase those.
I want to record this. This is good. He's looking at a picture on my wall. I'm glad that you're bringing this up because he's looking at a picture of a horse. This picture on my wall was taken, I don't know if you know this, but this was taken with a full frame film camera.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I'm just looking at this picture and those poles bother me on the background.
Yeah, I love the poles because it gives you a sense of where you're at. It's like this field.
Yeah, but no, it's a horse and like
and there's snow.
Yeah, but like those poles is bothering me because you barely can see what it is because it's like snowy and nothing on the background and like just something stitching from something like some sticks and
but this guy doesn't do like any post.
I know because it's I know that I understand, but just like if I'm see some pictures and it's like with your video with a green screen, remember, and a TV, you didn't erase the green screen, so I like sometimes I'm just like looking at something and like
you have a really
like,
good eye. I definitely think that like right now you'd be a better DP than you would be a director. But that's only because of the communication barrier.
Look, I had so many clients, all the American clients, and they had no problem with communication.
No, it's not like a big problem, really. It's just you're.
I do a lot of weddings, and all those guys are American.
Basically, what I'm saying is your eye is like better than. Whatever, you would be a good DP is all I'm saying. But back to what I was saying earlier about being on tour with Hypercrush, like getting everything you want isn't really worth anything unless there's somebody to enjoy it with. for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And imagine like being this big photographer, but like working right under a guy you hated. You know what I'm saying? It would suck. And maybe you get stuck in that avenue.
Yeah, there's definitely a point when you need to go like
it's just like there's so many different variables when it comes to like being happy as opposed to just being successful, you know? And I feel like, you know, we don't know what the plan is for us, but as long as we're good people and we do right by others, which I know for sure you do, it always ends up being, our future can always be better than anything we ever thought. Like if someone were to say to me like 10 years ago, what do you want? And I told them like exactly what I wanted. I actually have something way better and different than I would have wanted. Like, does that make sense?
Not really.
Like, you know, 10 years ago, I would have told you I want to be a successful musician. Mm-hmm. And I want to have like a really hot wife, not Veronica. I want to have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying that God does for me what I can't do for myself. Like, he puts certain things in my path that make me realize, oh my God, dude, like, I actually don't want to be a musician. I want to have like a company and like friends that work for me. And I want to have like Veronica is the best. Like, but I only was able to see that once I like let go of what I thought I wanted.
You see, like I have totally different
does that make sense?
Yeah,
though?
it makes sense. But for me, it's totally different. So I never thought I'm going to be a photographer.
Right. But like,
but right now, like, that's the perfect life for me.
Yeah, and you're happy, and you are a successful photographer, and I think you're only going to get bigger and better and enjoy your life more. But what I'm saying is how that looks. Like you were saying, like sometimes you get into like you get bummed out because you see big photographers shooting artists.
Yeah.
And I think that that's always a good thing when you can like learn and have the confidence to know that you're just as good, if not better than other people. But also,
sorry for interrupting you again. Here is another side. When I see fucking bad photographer taking a picture of the famous people and they reach their photographer reach and they have like so many jobs, and that's what pisses me off more than good photographer taking a picture. Because like if you have like really good connection, like a circle of connection, and you fucking stupid photographer and you don't know how to shoot manual, and you like, and just like,
yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
of course.
And that pisses me off more because like you don't have hands and brain to create a picture, but you have a connection. That's why you have all those clients, and that's why you have all those money.
Yeah, it's dangerous for me to think that way. It doesn't get me anywhere.
No, but like it's just like it's just a feeling, like how I'm feeling.
Yeah, and I definitely can relate. Like I understand what you mean.
Yeah, and that's not like only one case. That's pretty much everywhere. In every single like the profession. Maybe not a doctor, because if you would be a bad doctor with a good connection, you wouldn't be a doctor.
Right. Right. Oh, so yeah, but you know, I think that that's kind of true. But the longer that I've been in this industry and this field, I also do feel like eventually the cream rises to the top. People are recognized for their talent.
Definitely.
Eventually. You just can't give up. Like there's another saying I love. It's like there's no such thing as failure. There's just giving up.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the giving up.
No, but did you hear what I just said?
Yeah. I said that about. I understand that about the cream and stuff.
No. No. What I said is there's no such thing as failure. There's just you just gave up before it happened.
Yeah, but here's another example or situation. Like for example, you painting some picture, right? And you have a circle of that like artist. And you paint is like, and your picture is like totally bullshit. But that some artist, like big artist, he can say, "Oh, that's beautiful," and all his circle gonna say it's beautiful too.
You know what's really great about this time though? That doesn't really work so much anymore. Because nowadays you can't really just get put on like the public and the audience, and you have to build your own fan base because of the internet. It's sort of leveled the playing field a little bit, where like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like if it's not good, people in general are just not going to like it.
Yeah, but I was talking about like some small circle.
Yeah,
of the arts.
You definitely can get it. There are definitely advantages to knowing people, but that's why being a good person that someone wants to be around, some positive, good energy, like only thinking good stuff, like never being angry about other people's success, just embodying that like good, positive, like other people are, it's like contagious. Everyone wants to work with you, but it really has to come from here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because and the reason I'm talking about this is because I know exactly what you're talking about. When we were getting success with Hypercrush, like I heard LMFAO everywhere I went, and they were people that like, I was their friend, and then we had kind of like somewhat of a falling out, and I watched them. This fool used to say, we're going to be the biggest group in the world. And I would look at him and be like, you're kind of insane. And they literally became that. And I was like on stage performing, and we weren't doing nearly as well as they were. And we were basically in their shadow. And I just basically like what you're saying happened to me, like on the highest level you could ever imagine. Do you know what I'm saying? But I realized something after all that happened. I realized that I was like kind of angry and a little bit like jealous, and like all those negative emotions, they only hurt me because other people, like they can tell there's a certain energy that you embody when you're just full of love and positivity. Like Jason Evigan.
No, yeah, he is like
he really doesn't, like even before he was successful, he didn't like look at other people that weren't as good as he was and go like, oh, why are they, you know what I'm saying? He just had like so much love, and I think a lot of that came through like his connection with his power.
Yeah, those people exist. I'm just, because I can't deny it, like that feeling like inside me, you know, like
right. No,
I'm not angry. I could say it's a little bit jealous. But it's I'm not angry.
No, I know.
I'm just like, it's like, it just gives me like more
drive to do better.
Yeah, to do better. Yeah,
that's good. That's you turning it into a positive.
Yeah, but it's like, it's still like I have that little.
But are you happy for them?
I'm neutral for them.
Right. Okay.
I'm not happy. I'm not like, why would I need to be happy for them?
Right. No, I know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. Why would I need to be happy for them? Like,
yeah, I'm not either.
Like I would be happy for you,
right?
But
yeah.
You're my friend. Like, why would I need to be happy for some Peter Durklichk?
Yeah.
Like,
but the reason I'm talking about this is because this is just like kind of a subtle way that my mind has made me miserable in the past. It's just kind of like poking at me.
But right now you're different. I'm
working on it. I'm not perfect. These are things that I've tried to. These are principles that I try to live by, because they've caused me so much pain in my past. You know, just like try to be more like Jason Evigan in every way.
Yeah, I don't know him like personally,
or just be like Jesus.
I don't know him personally, but he is like, he always happy, he always smiling, like he's always like positive.
Yeah, and sometimes it's almost like makes me angry in a way, because I'm like, dude.
Oh, so sorry for interrupting you, because like I'm just gonna go with Jason Evigan, but the other direction. So like the people like him in my country would be like everybody's gonna like look at him like a weird guy. Because like if you positive, right now it's changing everything, but like 5 or like 7 years ago, like if you like positive all the way, like he is, and you always smiling, you always like happy, the people will say like, "Oh fuck, he's weird." Like,
Yeah, that's
what the
crazy.
fuck? What, he's weird? Like something wrong, or maybe he is on a drugs or something.
Right.
Like that's like that's the mentality.
Really?
That's totally mentality, because like
Wow.
we
There's no. But what about like right? Like sometimes I think about Fedor Emelianenko.
who
Fedor.
Fedor.
He was a really good UFC fighter.
Oh, Yemelyanenko.
Fedor.
Fyodor Yemelyanenko.
You know him. He's
Yeah.
like the best fighter ever.
Yeah, he went to jail.
Really?
He went to jail a couple years ago because he killed someone. And yeah, you didn't know that? Just
No.
Google it.
Holy shit.
Wait.
Will you tell the story while I go pee?
Yeah, I already told the story, but like, yeah, we can pause it because I need to change.
Talk about Fedor. Oh, you want to pause it?
Yeah, because I want to change my charcoal.
Fedor Emelianenko. Nobody cares about Fedor Emelianenko. I just paused it for a second to go to the bathroom so Oleg could change his coals, and Veronica is like kind of tripping. Veronica!
Oh, he went to jail because of the raping.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, for 4.5 years.
Here I am talking about how Fedor's like a good Russian, like a
Yeah.
Russian that because I always liked his style because he never would like mad dog people in the ring. He would always just be.
Yeah, it was good.
He was just calm, and then he just fucked fools up. So Veronica just was just worried, because Oleg read her something that the mayor said about this quarantine lasting another 2 months, and it's kind of scary for her. And I just was explaining to her, like, I saw it's funny because I saw this video, and I really like Russell Brand and all the stuff that he talks about. Just the this is something that's happening right now because it's supposed to be happening, and it's what we need as a people, as this is what the world needs. Like, I feel that I have faith that everything that's happening right now is meant to happen. Like, Russell talks about there needs to be a revolution. I'm calling upon change. Things need to change. We are too dependent on our economy, and our value systems are kind of fucked up, like we don't value love and positivity as much as we value like money and monetary gain, and like all these systems that we live in are like killing the earth. And it's kind of corny to say or whatever, but like it's like true. So like this video is like,
Thank you for shaking us and showing us we are dependent on something much bigger than we think.
Thank you, coronavirus is basically.
Thank you for making us appreciate the luxury we lived in, abundance of products, freedom, health, and realizing we were taking it for granted. Thank you for stopping us to make us see how lost we were in the busyness.
This is
Having time
just
for
a
the
video
most
that
basic things.
we don't have time for the basic things, and
Thank you for allowing us to put aside all our problems we thought were so important, and showing us what is actually important.
please.
Thank you for stopping the transport. The earth was begging us to look at the pollution for a very long time. We didn't listen. Thank you for all the fear. It has been a global disease for years.
Fear and stress has been a disease for years, and people didn't want to face it
Embrace it with love,
We have to
and with
embrace
the
it.
support of our community.
with love and the support of our community. Thank you for this revelation of our lives. I don't want to get flagged for this video. Thank you, as we finally understand what it means that we are all connected. I'm feeling that more so than ever. Thank you for the unity between all of us. We knew the world had to change.
Thank you for helping us.
Yeah, but not like with the.
Thank you for helping us
with the death.
Yeah, but you don't like I said, like we don't know, man.
Look at this statistic right now in this moment. So 69,000 confirmed cases, more than 1,000 deaths, and only recovered like for this moment 616 people. this moment,
Well,
March 25th.
Wait, what was the stats?
Yeah. So.
Can I see?
Yeah, you can.
Is this worse than it was yesterday?
Yeah,
Holy
there's like
shit.
there's
Look at
worse
this
like
fucking picture. It's a picture of I think that's the downtown. It's a picture of LA, right?
yeah, right. This
So
official.
it's a picture of the 110.
It's official. It's
by
official.
Dodger Stadium.
All those numbers is official.
Global confirmed cases about 500,000. Deaths 21,000. 100,000 recovered.
Where's the other chair?
Oh, that's global. Just it's over by the
No, you see, there's a U.S. flag.
Yeah, U.S. confirmed cases 68,000, total deaths 1,000, total recovered 600.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's true.
Well, yeah, because we're right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, going to be more recovered, but
Veronica, will you say hi?
Hi.
Veronica she just took like a quarter of a Xanny just because she's kind of tripping because Oleg read. What was the message from the mayor?
yeah. So it's potentially going to be like 2 more months under the quarantine.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I think that the longer this lasts, the better we're gonna be as a people.
People losing money.
What the fuck is money?
Money is the second thing you need in your life.
No, you don't need it at all. It's a piece of paper and a number. On
How you gonna live? How you gonna buy those microphone? How you gonna buy this MacBook? How you gonna buy those headphones which you're wearing right now?
You don't understand.
No, I understand.
No,
like if you don't have the money,
we don't.
So
People don't-
this podcast doesn't exist.
People-
No money, no podcast.
The reason that it's that way is because we've set up systems and we live in a capitalistic world. But before all that, before the industrial
Better than communistic world.
yeah, but before the industrial revolution, way before, all that shit, we were just trading and bartering and living off the land. That's possible.
I have been saying bartering needs to come back.
Closer. You do realize that
I know history. Yeah, I know how it was before.
But you do realize that humans are able to actually survive without money.
Yes, but in this world, in this reality, we not be able to survive without the money.
This world and this reality needed to change because something.
No one gonna change. No one's gonna change. Like doesn't matter if you're gonna.
You're right. No one was gonna change, but now we're being forced to change. We can't work.
Okay, so just remember that words and record that words, and when everything is ends in a year, you telling me.
Yeah. Well, no, 100%. I'm glad that we got it.
You tell me, you tell me,
because
no one gonna change. Everything's gonna be forced. Like Elon Musk gonna build his rockets. He's gonna build a hyperloop. He's gonna build everything, and everything's gonna build more and more and more. And population gonna grow. So that's
be careful. Try not to yell.
But maybe because people are going to be home more, they're going to start having babies more, and then we're going to have.
No, there definitely is going to be babies in 9 months. There's going to be more babies. That's definitely. But nothing's going to change in our world.
I don't think.
Not in this household.
I think that once this is over, I think that we're going to be very different. Could you imagine the impact that?
Yeah, I'm going to be plus 10 kilo.
No, you're
think
not
about
eating carbs.
Think
only
about
in your car when we're not looking.
Think about the impact that 9/11 had on the world and the U.S. especially.
Okay, what's changed? Like more security?
Yeah,
that's it.
I know, but I'm just saying that an event this big, this is way bigger than 9/11. Way bigger.
I'm really glad we have right now more security after 9/11.
Can I finish?
No. Okay.
Please.
Thank you.
This thing.
You see, people need to change. They need to say thank you, please.
Just don't get that close.
Okay. Because you never say thank you or please.
I'm just saying that this is the biggest thing that's ever happened to the human race that I've ever by far since I've been alive, since my dad and my parents.
But what about you, Oleg? When you were in Ukraine and all of a sudden you guys were at war?
We had two revolutions.
You knew that life was going to be different.
After revolution, yes, definitely. Because
And how was it different? No more fun for a while, right?
No, there was actually like the people changed. Like after revolution, they start to be like more human, more.
How did you know that this was going to be the way in?
What?
it's just she know, but I don't want to be sitting here just trying to convince Oleg, because that's
just shut up. I want to ask him, how did people change?
No, the people in Ukraine, people change. They start because we still have that like communism in our heads. We still have that. And like people like as
he said communism.
Communism, yeah. So people are still trying to fuck each other everywhere, but in Ukraine specifically, there was like from the beginning, Ukraine in 1991 until this day. But then like they start like just some example like people they. On a road, they never use the blinker. They never after the revolution, they started to use a blinker. They becoming more European country, more European mentality or something. Because Europe and Ukraine, there was a completely different countries with a mentality, completely different. But right now, people they actually started traveling more and more.
He takes too long to get to the point.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm down.
Well, I guess it's the same thing that happened in Rwanda after the genocide. They went from a hateful country to a loving country and changed.
Yeah, but you can change after quarantine. I can change after quarantine, but the whole economy, all the world is not going to change. That's my point.
It's inevitable.
Okay, let's stop trying to convince Oleg. Let's talk a little bit about what me and you were talking about, and how just kind of how cool it is that the world needed to change, and that you were. I don't know. I just wonder if you're in a better place about it.
Yeah, of course, I go in and out of waves of it, and I have been trying to stay out of the
future tripping, but that's why I got mad at him and yelled at him for not. I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't. Yeah, but what I'm saying
and
is,
we can't. No one can predict anything.
But
it could get warm and it just die, and it be okay. So we shouldn't do that, and I was forced into doing that because Oleg brought that dark news on me. And yeah, it's a dream. I'm fortunate I have you. I'm fortunate that I have a situation, or I'm set up for a situation right now where money is going to be okay for a while.
How is that?
Well, I have American Express, and they said I don't have to pay my bill until it's done. And
okay, but so
I happen to have some money.
Oleg didn't bring negative news.
If this was November, I would have been really.
He just brought the news that the governor of our state is saying, and it's not negative.
The governor is speculating.
But
you never know. Maybe it's a fake news.
Well, that's what I said.
Well, what website are you looking at?
I don't know. Mika sent me that.
Well, what? Can I see it? What is it? What website is it?
That's what I was saying. It might be fake.
It might be fake, so you need to be upset.
Yeah, but why would you fucking... It's a picture of our governor, and it's him saying, is that not...
Business Insider.
Yeah, that's not fake. That's just that they're just saying what he said, And it's not... It doesn't need to be seen as negative. I honestly hope it does last for another 2 months. I hope it lasts for another 6 months, because it will because we're going to have to change everything. And I think that the change it's going to be a more spiritually grounded change. It's going to be a change that's based in less economic systems. You know what I'm saying? I'm stupid. I don't fucking know. All I know is that growth, it just feels like something that needed to happen, which obviously it did, because God and all that shit. It's just weird for me talking about God because like I just feel like there's this like cosmic balance and the world is like responding.
I know positive will come out of it for the environment. And I mean, how long does it take for
What's
it to...
more important? The
How
environment?
long does it take for it to like just fall apart again? Everyone's going to have...
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone's going to have to catch up
but
on what they missed. Let me finish. Everyone...
Oh, you don't like it.
No,
Everyone's going to have to catch up on where they left off. And so it's like, it could just go back that way. And some people are still working no problem. So not everyone is failing from the economy. It's just going to be really interesting.
I bet you it's like
Amazon doing good.
10%.
Yeah, true.
I bet
Costco doing good.
Right.
But like Veronica,
Charmin.
think of it this way. Oh fuck! What would you just say?
Charmin.
No, you were just saying. Oh, okay. So you reuse bags. Why do you do that?
To preserve the planet.
Okay, but do you realize like what this is doing for the planet?
I just said, yeah.
I know, but it's like insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the
we've
air.
Can I please finish? We've never. Our world
Can you
has.
tell we live together?
I don't think our world has ever been. I don't think we've ever seen this much improvement in the health of the actual Earth and the green and
No, you're right.
So then let's just make it last as long as possible.
It's already.
just don't get that close. But let's think about what really matters. The Earth is healing. Fuck recycling and reusing bags and straws. Like, we're like not polluting the Earth like anywhere near as much as we were. Like it's basically come back to where it needs to be for the Earth to survive. And we're complaining about money and the economy and capitalism. It's like that was the problem in the first place.
In 6 months, it's going to be exactly the same as it was before, like 3 months before. Right now, definitely yes. Under the above the China, the air above the China and Italy, it's clear. It's totally clear.
I think everything.
Let him finish.
I think everything's.
He doesn't care. He cares about himself. If someone interrupt him, yeah, that's fucking. He like getting aggressive and let me finish. But if somebody like talking and he's interrupted, he doesn't care.
Well,
That's the point.
I guess here's the bottom line. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You don't know. I don't know. We're all just speculating.
Yeah.
I
think it helps people.
Do you think like China's factory is not gonna like work? No, they just like 2 days ago they start working, and the air is gonna be as bad as was like 3 months ago. Everything's going to be exactly the same. The China's factory gonna like produce new iPhones, gonna produce new masks, gonna produce new TVs wherever, like all the parts for cars, for everything, and the factory is gonna go and raise like what's that, like C2O or where, I forgot that, like the chemicals what they produce for the unhealthy air. So yeah, it's gonna be exactly the same. No one gonna like.
I know for me, like I'll be really busy once I start. Like I do 2 to 4 clients Monday through Friday. I'm probably gonna have to work 7 days a week for a while.
Really? Yes.
And
that's true.
and it's fine. I'm made for that shit, you know. But it'll
Yeah,
be okay.
I don't know what it's going to look like afterwards. All I'm saying is that like.
I think people are going to be dying to like go places and do things and buy and be a customer and live.
Like, catch up.
And like, even if they have to put it on credit cards, they're just going to go and do.
All I'm saying is it is what it is. Right now, we're in this situation. This is the situation we're in.
Yes, right.
So let's look at all the positive things that are going to come from it. Like, it may get worse. I don't know. You're acting like you know something, but I don't think we know anything.
No, but I know for sure. No one gonna.
Okay, Oleg, that's what I just said. You think you know for sure. I know that you don't know shit.
Okay, so you're
Because
thinking
none of us can predict the future.
all those factories in China?
I don't know.
You know.
No, I don't. You want to know what? Because this could plant a seed. And then the next virus could come. And it could just kill everyone. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not saying that everything is going to change after this. I'm saying that this is a part of the evolution of mankind. And it's happening because it's supposed to be happening. And in the future, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if this virus is the first step to us getting better among many steps and many viruses. I don't know. There's so many different ways that it could go. You're thinking about it in a very small-minded way. You're saying everything's going to go back to the way it was after this virus is over. Okay, maybe, but that doesn't mean that it changed the way humans think about things. It doesn't mean that it didn't plant a seed that will grow over time.
No, they're gonna change. Definitely, they're gonna clean their hands. They're gonna use sanitizer. They're gonna change because they didn't do that before.
Yeah, and there's also other ways that people are gonna change that we don't know about yet because it hasn't happened.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll see it again. We'll talk about it after everything is done. And then you're going to say, apologize.
Oleg, can you keep your mouth a fist about a fist
I'm
away?
sorry, I'm not used to.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I wasn't performing in the super band Hypercrush for all my life, so I don't know how to
Veronica,
hold the
can you
microphone.
help him understand that I'm not just talking about right after the virus is over? Like, I'm saying that, like, it could just be a small step. Like
Hopefully.
He's thinking about it in these like very simple terms.
Yeah, I'm trying to think simple.
But nothing's simple. Life is complex.
Yes.
People are complex. Things take time. You have something bad happen and you don't get fixed right away. Maybe it just, like, for me, like, this is how I think, right? Because I'm sober. Okay. So I've been sober for 15 years. Do you think I got sober after I hit my first bottom? Things got bad. I tried to get sober. It didn't work. Things got bad again. I tried to get sober. It didn't work. I got a DUI. I didn't get sober. I went to rehab. I didn't get, and then finally, after enough bad things happened, I did what I needed to do to get sober. And now I'm sober. Doesn't mean I'm going to stay sober forever. I could fucking relapse and be fucked up tomorrow. I don't know. All I'm saying is that all those bad things that happened, eventually I got sober. So you're saying nobody's going to change because of this one virus. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But maybe they will after the next thing. Or maybe it'll just change how people think about things a little bit differently. Maybe I'm just saying that there's always a positive that you can take away from what's happening. And right now, there's a lot of positives to look at.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's my opinion.
What is your opinion?
Nothing gonna change.
But you're always saying things are going to change.
No, like, I mean, in general, yeah.
Things have already changed.
Some small things definitely gonna change, as I said.
But small things might lead to big things.
Hopefully. Check the camera.
Why'd you take a Xang bar?
Because I was having anxiety.
What are you doing?
We can talk shit about Patrick right now.
You guys are already at 2 hours.
No, we're not.
No.
Oh.
We were stopping.
Oh.
Pause.
How are you liking the quarantine with Oleg, Veronica?
How you liking
Well, we're
quarantine
really
with
grateful
me?
to have Oleg here because if it was just me and Pat, it just switches up the monotony. I feel like the other thing I was kind of thinking about earlier was like if it ends up having to be a really long time, like what if people start getting in these like communities, kind of like we all, you know, really stay quarantined for 2 weeks, and then like let's say we go to Jason and Vic's and like we have this community of people, they have a farm, and like and it just kind of goes back to these like making your own villages, you know,
Which is the way it was, which is way better. In a lot
Pat
of
just
ways.
say which is the way it was a way better.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like if we all have like their own like
Should we buy some
village.
fruit
It
plants?
would be depending on like
I mean, we do have that whole back area. We should maybe like.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna grow the red onions right now.
But
it's easy to grow.
That's what I'm trying to say is
Just put it in a glass of water.
That way of living, it would be really hard in a lot of like we just take for granted so many luxuries that we have, and if we had to go back to that way of living for a little while, I think it would really teach us a lot about like minimalism. Do you know what minimalism is?
Yeah, I know.
We don't need as much as we have. And there's a lot of people.
I know. Yeah,
way too much.
I feel like I live a pretty minimal.
No, well, I mean, dude, are you kidding me? Do you think the people in India would think that?
Yeah.
Like we just
in Africa,
we just we have so much more than we need, and this situation right now is forcing us to live very minimalistic lives. It's forcing us to. That's another thing that I think we're being forced to see as a people. Like, wow, like, I don't really need to be busy all the time.
Yeah, but imagine like right now, you lost everything. You lost your iPhone, you lost your headphones, you lost your car. What you gonna do? Are you gonna be like a
my
farmer?
Headphones?
Are you gonna be a farmer or what?
I don't know. Maybe
it's hard. Maybe like
I don't know. I don't have all the answers. All I'm saying is that I believe the longer this lasts, the better we will be as a people. That's kind of what I think. And I can't really explain to you what that's going to look like or why I think that. I just feel like there needed to be something. Something needed to happen because the path that we were on as a human race was very destructive to the planet. And also kind of like to each other, and it was just becoming like too much. I think, dude, it's fucked up to say, but like overpopulation was a real problem.
And it's going to be more and more.
But I think we're also going to hit like monopoly in a way. Like, for example, in my industry, there's hundreds of millions of small salons. A lot of these small salons aren't going to survive. And so like the bigger salons are going to be expecting, or like the chains, like the Ultas, the beauty supplies that have the salons in the back,
right,
are going to be getting a lot of employees now.
That's definitely a worry and a fear. But what I'm basically, Veronica, listen for a second. What I'm saying, what I'm trying to illustrate is that how we respond to that is unknown. Does that make sense? Like, we don't know if people are going to band together and like fight the corporations, or like we can't foresee what it's going to look like. But people, if practicing the right set of principles, if they're driven by like love and inspiration, will actually, I have faith that they will make the right choices and the right decisions, and we will figure this out.
Yes, of course. We're going to be forced to.
Yeah.
I'm going to go wash my hair out. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Veronica has like, will you turn the middle one down all the way?
Okay.
Yeah, I just, things aren't that simple. Like, you can't just like overgeneralize shit like that.
Why?
Because you don't know. We don't know.
All the reasons?
Dude, just,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All the reasons, like telling me everything's going to be exactly as it was before.
What do you?
Even Trump says. Even Trump says, like, I'm trying to like
make it back. Of course, because he's a capitalist.
Yeah.
Pig.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not actually mad. Actually, he's not a pig. He's a really smart, successful businessman. I'm not actually that mad. I don't want to really hate or be mad at anyone. I think that I just don't know. I think there's probably a lot of bad stuff that he's done and a lot of good stuff that he's done, and nobody's perfect. Whether or not she should be our president, I don't fucking know. I honestly believe that there's forces at hand that we just don't. There's so much stuff we don't see. It's hard for us to like know unless we walked a mile in his shoes. But you're saying that he's saying things are going to go back to the way they were. All I'm saying is that we don't know what the future holds.
Yeah, you decline right now all the simple things. You said, like, I don't know what's going to be like after this crisis, like, go away. I don't know what's going to be over there. I don't know. Yes, you know.
Really?
No,
That's
but
so
like
crazy.
Yeah, but like the factory, they're gonna work. Like everything's gonna all the like groceries, they're gonna work. Like all the like restaurant, they're gonna work. They're gonna be open. Like everything's gonna be the same.
This. What do you want to happen?
I'm just want to be done with this quarantine.
And you want everything to go back to how it was.
Yeah.
And you think that that's good.
Yeah.
Did you realize that the Earth won't make it?
Yeah, I know. Like no, like I'm really like.
Like, did you realize that?
No, I know.
I think that the human beings are in denial of what's actually happening to the Earth. I am. I have been.
Yeah, I know that.
And we're like powerless. Like there's nothing we can do to stop ourselves. We can't. Do you know what this virus forced us to stop? It forced us to stop. And I think we need to look at that. And we need to be like, wow, like this is kind of crazy. This we were just forced to stop for a second. Maybe, just maybe, we need to reevaluate everything and see if there's a way we can work from home more. Let's see if there's a way we can do more Zoom meetings and more live streams and use our technology.
No, they're going to be. Yeah, we're definitely going to work at home more.
Let me finish. And use our technology to save the world from our pollution. And however many countless other things I'm not thinking of because I'm fucking stupid.
Look, everything is connected. You're telling me about like the...
But you're saying nothing's going to change. And I'm telling you that right now, things have already changed. People have become more comfortable using technology to make shit happen and not having to drive.
To make that technology, you need to factory work. To make that technology.
I understand. I
it
get
means
that.
It means it's gonna go back.
Yeah, but what's better? What's better, driving everywhere to meet people or doing it on your phone?
No, for sure, doing it on my phone.
There it is.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So we're
But
already.
sometimes personal meeting is better than just like online meeting.
Maybe not, and maybe this is showing us that, and maybe that's just one thing it's showing us.
So why your friends want to come over to you?
Because we're still stuck in this old way of thinking, which is actually hurting our Earth.
So like you like kind of like, so you were thinking that was better without all the technologies to have your small farm and small home.
Dude, I don't know.
And
man.
right now you're telling me it's better to have like ability to do online meetings.
What I'm telling you is that I don't know. But what if we become like a master race, like a species that uses technology to better the Earth, and we can communicate? What I'm saying is that we can't predict the future. If I were to have told you that this was something you were going to carry around in your pocket 20 years ago, you would have laughed at me. And if we sat down and tried to figure out what this was going to look...
You're talking about technologies.
100%. That's what we're talking about.
No, we're talking about like different things.
No, we're not. I'm trying to illustrate to you that the future is unknown. And things like this cause us to look at and examine the way we've been behaving on this planet. And this phone I have in my hand, the things you can do on this phone, we would have never been. We're sitting here trying to talk about what things are going to look like in the future. We can't, because we could never. Technology is growing at an exponential rate. Do you know what that means?
You're right, but I'm talking about the simple things.
No, but like the coronavirus.
No, I'm talking about like simple things. What's gonna happen? Like you said, like I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know what the solution is gonna be.
Solution, yes,
but the solution could be something that we don't know yet. Like we haven't figured it out yet, but we're going to because we've been forced to look at something.
Answer one question. Do you think the China will stop all the factories? Just answer me.
No.
So yeah. So you mean you know something? Simple thing.
No, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe. I don't know.
Like, you sounds like a crazy guy. Like the simple question: do you think China will stop all the factories?
You're like, what if a few stop? Is that better?
No, like just because.
But it's not all or nothing. Maybe some of them will, and then maybe over time, people are going to realize what maybe a few of the factories change what they're doing, and they do it in like a better way. I don't know. And then maybe the other factories see that and they go, "Wow, that's a better way." Maybe one person does something amazing and figures something out because of this virus, and then other people slowly start to change with that person.
In 50 years. I could agree with this in 50 years, but in next year, next 5 years, 10 years, no.
I'm not talking about next year. I'm talking about in the next 50 years.
No, we were talking about like what's going to happen after coronavirus.
But
like,
I didn't
will it
say.
go away?
I didn't. Yeah, you're right. We're talking about what's going to happen after.
So
not right
after?
after. Not right after.
Okay.
I'm just saying after. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know. All I'm trying to illustrate is that this is forcing us to look at something that we needed to look at. Can we at least agree on that?
Yeah. In a future perspective, 50, 100 years, yes.
No, I'm saying that this virus has forced humans to examine the way that they've been living.
They're gonna forget about it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that for the time being, right now, we're being forced to look at.
Yes, you're right.
That's it. Okay, so oh my God, we finally agreed on one thing. And by looking at something,
We finally agree on that thing which you want to be agree.
by looking at something, by examining something with love and compassion and gratitude and humility, you can see it for what it really is and hopefully make it better.
Yeah, I'm totally down for it. If it's going to be better and better, I'm down for it.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm always down for better
another
things.
Thing I want you to,
but I'm trying to be realistic.
Another thing I want to mention is that technology, this thing that's actually making people think it's like, whatever, disconnecting us and distracting us and whatever. But this is actually social distancing. Like, isn't that crazy that social distancing, like we can't fly or drive or use the main source of pollution is like the fossil fuels and
No, we can right now.
Yeah, I know we can, but like it's happening on a much lower scale, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like we needed this to happen. If it stayed like this and we figured out ways to do things remotely, do you realize how much better that would literally be the solution to the biggest problem this earth has ever faced, which is like pollution and killing the planet. So in a lot of ways, it would be better if this never went away and we just had to figure it out.
No, this virus is not actually like so death as we were thinking.
No, I know. That's why sometimes I wonder if maybe sometimes I wonder if like this is like a government plot no, seriously. It's probably not. But if it was, it would be fucking genius. Because it's forcing everyone to slow the fuck down, and it is making our pollution.
Do you know that 100 years ago there was another virus, like Spanish virus? I forgot the name of it, but that virus killed more people than you were thinking.
The Spanish flu, the Black Plague.
Yeah, and that was like 10 years ago or something. There was like chicken flu.
Yeah.
And there was like killed pretty good amount of people.
I don't know. I maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's like,
Because right now, you know that this coronavirus is mostly get the people elder generation and like people who have some like disease. Mm-hmm. Like if you're a healthy boy, yeah, you'll have a virus and it's going to be like regular flu for
actually,
you.
we've been finding out different information about how it has to do with blood types, and some people that are really healthy are actually still being affected like really pretty intensely. And there's Joe Rogan was talking about this, how like doctors don't really know everything there is to know about it, and we're learning so much more every day.
Yeah, but every day is information changed.
Yeah,
they do some researches.
Right,
That's
that right there is one example of why I'm saying that we can't ever predict what the future holds, because we don't know.
No, but right now we know how to like predict that, right? Distance, clean your hands. What else? Don't touch your mouth, nose, eyes. So we know how to predict that. Like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, we didn't know that, how to predict that. And China show us. China like shut down, locked down all the cities for 2 months. And right now they all good. There's like for the last 3 days, there's zero cases.
And they're like back
they
to normal.
back to normal. They already like factories working. They're all the groceries, all the restaurant working. Mm. So like China show us how to like actually like.
And you don't
fight
think
this.
anything is going to change in China?
No.
Like nothing.
No.
You don't think people are going to be like nicer to each other?
Oh no! Like if you tell if you want to like see in this perspective, yeah, they probably,
every perspective.
They probably gonna be nicer to each other. Definitely, they're gonna probably keep the distance. But like as you could mention, the people in China or Chinese people in US, they were using mask all the time before the coronavirus.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think that this virus global pandemic situation, do you think that it's going to be good for people or bad for people? Like, do you think that
bad for people because they're dying? That's the
well no, I mean
answer.
I'm saying, do you think it'll be good for the world or bad for the world?
My opinion not going to change because the people dying, it's bad. From this perspective, for the world with like climate and yeah, that's actually good.
So
for the climate.
Do you think it's worth sacrificing some people so that we can save the world?
I have a different question to you.
What's that?
Do you think if you're gonna die, it's gonna be better for world?
Maybe.
Why? There's like so many people who loved you, and they're gonna be like so like upset because you're dead.
I know, it's sacrifice. You know, sometimes you have to sacrifice something for the greater good.
Like your death is not gonna change anything.
Well, I never said it would.
I mean, and just in general, like so, like why those people need to die because of the climate change? No, it's not going to change. If the climate will change after their death, that's the other story. But it's not going to change because the air is going to go bad again. Like Venice Channel, they're going to be dirty again. Right now, there's a dolphins over there because there's no boats in Venice, Italy, Venice.
Fuck. So amazing.
Right now, it's dolphins over there.
All it took was a couple weeks.
Yeah, because the boats.
How amazing is that? And you're telling me that you don't think that it would be good for this to last like forever?
Yeah, but like we need to kill like a couple billions people to keep this.
Have you ever seen Infinity War or Endgame, the Avengers?
No.
You know, Thanos, this villain, he's a part of his whole thing is like he thinks that he has to kill 50% of the population to save the world from itself.
That's a good idea.
No,
in general.
Well, I mean,
in general,
he's definitely the villain, and he's like the bad guy, and he kills half the planet. And the whole point of the movie is like to bring everyone back to life and bring things back to the way they were. I'm not saying that we should do that, but I'm just saying it's an interesting perspective if you think about how like sacrificing people so that the world can see the error in its ways and then maybe get better because of it. There's at least admit to me that there's a possibility that this could change everything. A small, maybe
it's like, remember that the mother nature will find a way.
Right.
But without the people. Because people like roaches.
Well, that's why when you ask me, is it better for the world if I die? And I say maybe, and you say, how could it be if people love you? It's like, dude, that's how. Because how we feel about each other, I'm going to miss you if you die, but like, maybe that's what needed to happen. I mean, it's not just about me and you, though. We're talking about like all the people. Like, I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
But you know it's not going to happen. And you're going to say, I don't know. Yes, you know. It's not going to happen right now.
What's not going to happen?
Like the half population will die. It's not going to happen right now.
No, I'm just trying to point out. I'm just trying to illustrate, like, something.
Yeah, your illustration is not that good.
Really? You don't understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand completely, but
I'm just talking about a movie.
No,
Like,
yeah, but
Stan Lee was a fucking genius. You know, he wrote all that shit, right? Like, Star Wars is amazing. All these movies have like a greater significance to like comparing movies to the world. Like, these people didn't just write movies to be a good movie. Like, there's a reason. It's like there's a lot of thought that was put into that. And a lot of people, you know, understanding that you have to sometimes sacrifice one thing, certain things for the greater good. You don't get good without some bad. You know, you don't learn unless you lose. There's no light without dark.
yeah, right.
You know,
But maybe-
so it's like this is us losing as a human race, as a species, as a people. It feels like a loss, but really, what it could be is the beginning, or not the beginning, but like it could just be the Mother Nature's response to how fucked up we've been acting, and like the one small piece in us evolving. Actually, I know that's what it is because it's happening.
The only thing I can say, I'm really glad I'm living this life right now, because when I was born there was no technologies pretty much, and right now we have technologies, and I went through all this shit. You know, like from no technologies, kind of like there was a planes but no planes. And right now, like, we can just fly to Europe for 10 hours.
Right.
And, like, imagine, like, 20 years ago, there was, like, literally impossible to do that.
Right. So I don't understand.
No, that's a different topic.
No, it's not the different topic. It's the same topic. You enjoy.
I'm just glad I'm, like, I was born in, like, 1984, and I'm still alive, and I'm still, like, see what's happening.
Yeah, well, you're enjoying the luxuries of this technology, but that particular luxury doesn't come without a cost.
Yeah, but imagine, like, you were born, like, in 1902, and go all your life through the 90s, right? And then death in 1980.
Well, yeah, but it's all
you never seen anything like this.
Well, yeah,
that years was pretty much the same.
No, they invented all kinds of shit.
But they're so small.
Yeah, but it's relative. It wasn't small to them. To them, it was a big deal, and humans were evolving. Just the same way to us, those things are a big deal.
But from the first TV, like somewhere in 60s to 90 something, when we got internet, right? When we got like first iPhone, there was like huge 40 years.
Well, yeah. So was when the T Model Ford came out, and we went from driving, And then we witnessed the birth of like automobiles.
Yeah.
It's all relative. You think that it's better now, but what I'm saying is that like flying to Europe comes with a cost. The planet is suffering. And maybe we're taking those luxuries for granted. And we're just over consuming, and we think that we can just like do whatever we want willy-nilly, and it's not going to have an effect on the rest of the world, but it does. And I think that this virus is showing us that.
It's not about this virus. There was virus, we talked about it. There was like Spanish virus, Spanish flu, chicken flu.
Yeah, but we didn't have the same problems when those viruses happened.
Yeah, you know why? Because people not flying like that.
Right.
That's the only thing.
That's not the only thing. It's also
but major. Okay, sorry, but
there's
major.
a lot of things that are contributing to the death of this planet, and most of those things have been greatly lessened because of this pandemic.
You know that virus from China. If no one flying to China, you wouldn't have like this virus here.
Exactly. It's just making us kind of look at things differently. You know, it's just like interesting. It's going to be interesting for us to see how this unfolds. But I will say this, life as we knew it will never be exactly the same as it was.
I agree, because every single day is a different day.
No, but like this is you're going to be able to see a difference.
Okay, tell me, just couple like options. What's going to change?
Well, I don't know for sure. That's kind of what I've been saying this whole time, is that I can't predict the future. I just think things are going to change.
But why you thinking things going to change?
This is the example that I gave you.
So why you think, like, if you don't know that, so why you think is things going to change? Let's go the other way.
Well, because it's inevitable. Because the impact that this had on the world was greater than like for any action, there's an equal reaction. And the reaction to something this extreme is going to be profound. Like if I punch you in the face really, really hard, your nose is going to react. So this pandemic is so intense that we're going to be affected by it. And it's going to change us in ways I don't know. Like the phone is a really good example, just because like it's, especially right now with technology growing at an exponential rate. So what that means is that like technology, what took 5 years, like 10 years ago, only takes 2 years today.
Right. And
it's growing at like an exponential rate. It's like a curve that's like going up.
Right.
So what's going to happen in the next couple of years, in the same way that you couldn't predict this phone 20 years ago, you can't even wrap your head around what our world's going to look like in 2 years, because the technology, I mean, we might not even have phones anymore. It might just be like in our head. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that this pandemic is causing humans to just like think a little differently and look at everything a little bit differently. And I think it will influence our technology. It will influence our decisions moving forward. And what effect that influence has on our culture, I don't know. But I do know it will have some effect, because for every cause, there is an effect. For every action, there is an equal reaction. It's just hard to like wrap your head around it. You know what I mean? That's where like spirituality comes in, and like God and like faith, and just kind of like a surrender, like let go. Like I'm not trying to figure it out anymore. Like, I don't fucking know. All I know is that something needed to change. And I hope it does. Thanks for talking to me.
No problem.
Roommate.
Yeah. Sorry about my English.
What are your thoughts on me being my roommate and working with me and getting to know me?
You're gonna go there. No, like I mean, you're a really good boy. Yeah, you don't have a patience, like zero.
Really? Oh.
Like zero patience.
What about with my YouTube channel?
What about with YouTube?
Do I have patience with my YouTube channel?
I never watched your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you have.
No.
You watched the eBay video. I saw you watching it.
Oh, there was like, oh yeah,
I
there
know,
was
but
one.
do you know how long I've been working on that channel?
No, like, look, there's a little bit difference.
No, but that. You're right. It is different. It's patience in a different way,
Yeah.
right? So do you understand that I do have?
It's
patience?
just like we just had to argue, like, you're interrupting me, but you don't like when people interrupting you, and you get upset and you like getting like a little bit angry, like why, because people interrupting you, but you don't care about like interrupting the other people.
I definitely don't like when I interrupt people. Sometimes I just can't control myself.
So like why you can understand I can't control myself too? That's why I'm interrupting you.
I can.
So yeah, but why are you like getting so like aggressive?
Because I'm fucked up and I'm not perfect, and I have like, and I get angry sometimes, and I want to like get my point across, and you don't hear me, and it's just normal.
No, when I'm talking to you, I'm always like trying to say truth, or just shut my mouth closed.
Yeah,
that's two.
Yeah, that's fine,
things.
but you know, to say that I have no patience is overgeneralizing. Yes, I definitely
like because we, like as you said, we're a roommate, and I see how you eating, I see how you're doing some things, and I see how you like setting up like your microphone, and I see how you're setting up this, that, like you're doing like some like with the crazy I don't know, like
energy.
The energy, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why like that's kind of
okay. So I'm not patient. Anything else? Not like, you know, I'm not just saying that you need to point out all my negative character traits. Yeah. Like what are your thoughts on me? And since you've got to know me, like what are some of the things that you
noticed?
Yeah.
So I don't want to like just go into my head and just like search for that. I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to like, I don't
right.
want to, if we have some situation, yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you.
What did you think when you first met me?
You crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what is, be more specific.
Cause a little bit gnarly.
For sure.
Yeah. And your ego is like beyond the ocean, beyond the, like, I don't know how to explain. Like, yeah, the most, and like sometimes I see me in you, because I have an ego too. And so why we argue all the time? Because the both egos trying to fight with each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's like, I saw your ego like since I first time met you. Mm-hmm. Because if people like doing something you don't like, your ego go like up. And when you know like you actually like don't know that shit, and the people trying to point on that shit, you like your ego like, no, I know better. Even if you don't know that, I know better, you're still gonna say that. I know better.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know why we do that?
I have no idea.
Because we're insecure. But let me ask you this: did you understand the phrase egomaniac with an inferiority complex?
I don't know inferiority complex.
Inferiority is like I feel like I'm less than or inferior, or of no value. Insecure.
So you don't want to show like you don't know something,
because I'm afraid that people will see
it
that I
and
really
like
don't know
and judge
shit.
you.
Yeah. So, but in egomaniac with an inferiority complex.
It's double.
It means that you're like an egomaniac, but you have an inferiority complex. And that's like why you're an egomaniac. And the goal is to be somewhere in the middle. And I think artists in general are like this. Alcoholics definitely are like this. We're narcissistic and we're egomaniacal. Yeah, I don't know if that's a word, but we're selfish, we're self-centered, we're impatient. I know I have all of these character defects in my core for whatever reason. And every day, all I want to do is live by a different set of principles, like humility, honesty, service, compassion, love, courage.
Yeah, but everything goes from our parents.
Oh, of course, but do you understand what humility is? Humility is basically the opposite of like ego. And the character trait that I value the most in life is humility. So I'm working on it and I'm trying to be better.
And the only like the really good thing of you is like when you like angry, upset, disagree with something, you can scream, you could yell, but in like 10, 20, 30 minutes, you're going to become like a turtle, That's like,
yeah, but it wasn't always like that.
I didn't know how it was, but I just,
but I'm getting better and I'm learning that I don't need to have an inferiority complex because I do have value. Right? And when I know that, I'm not so defensive.
No, but look,
it's okay for me to be imperfect if I know that. But I just want to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
That's why I'm trying to say, look, if I don't know shit about music, about sound, I'm not going to argue with you about that. But if you don't know something about like video or pictures, you're going to argue with me.
Really?
Yes.
Well, like, what's an example of that?
It was like,
but I do know a lot about video.
Like something like about the light, something about like the.
But
picture.
I think that I love your opinions, and I want you a part of. If I could have,
see, opinion. Yeah, we're supposed to have our opinion, but when it goes to some, as you mentioned, like some best movies, how they were shoot, how the lights was great, and then in the same time you're trying to point, that light was good, and you don't care about like that movie, how they were shoot with that good light. So all you care, you understand me?
I kind of don't, but you're basically saying I have a big ego because I like what I like.
Yes, that's
that's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's crazy. I'm entitled to like what I like. It doesn't mean that it's what's right. But obviously, I think it's right because it's right for me.
It's right for you, but at the same time, you point on the good movies with a good light. That's something like incredible. Like you pointed on the good things, which was shoot right, and then you're doing like totally opposite, and you telling everybody that's good. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
that's opposite.
So wait, what?
Okay, so one example. So let's take a movie, like really cool movie, right? Wherever, like Mission Impossible. Mm-hmm. Really good light, really good directing, really good picture.
Can we use like Fight Club?
Doesn't matter.
But I like. Do you know Fight Club?
Yeah, I know.
That's got some good light.
Yeah. So and take the Fight Club. Okay. Everything good, light, directing,
everything. It's incredible.
The framing, and then we'll take your movie, the last one, Quiet Place, wherever.
Oh yeah.
We'll take wait. We'll take A Quiet Place, and I was pointing like how bad that light is. And you said, I didn't give a fuck, like blah, blah, blah. You gave me like 1,000 reasons why that light, why you like that light, because of the money, because of that, because of that. So that's the opposite of your, So you like that movie and you pointed like everything is good in that movie, and then which is your movie, the light was really bad, and you're still trying to defend that, and you not accept that light was bad. You're not accepting that. You're just trying to argue with me.
It's as good as it could have been, given
Again,
the
you're trying to
circumstances.
defend.
But you're right.
You never.
But
Okay,
you are right. It wasn't.
It's first time you said you're right.
You're right. It's not as good as A Quiet Place. Nowhere near as good as A Quiet Place.
It's the first time you said yes, I'm right. So,
That's incorrect.
So that's why, like,
That's the communication barrier that we have.
I'm trying to point you on some sort of things, and you disagree with that.
No, you misunderstand me because there's a communication problem that we have.
No, there is no communication problem. You were talking about money director and the other stuff. I understand that.
Okay, well, that's why ours doesn't look as good.
But you didn't tell me like that's bad.
But because
or you don't like that light. You always telling me that's good. That's good. That's good.
Well,
that's good.
I was happy with what we did for the
this
face
miscommunication. You
First
didn't
of
get
all,
that
just so
point.
people understand what we're talking about, we did a commercial for FaZe Clan, which is a big YouTube channel, for A Quiet Place 2, which is a movie for a Paramount movie, and we worked with FaZe Clan and Paramount to create something. I mean, bro, the budget was $5,000. It was 30 grand. The budget was 30 grand.
I understand that, and I showed you how you can fix it with no budget, with no money, with no forcing, with nothing. How you can fix it without anything. That's it. You could do that, but you didn't. And
You told me after.
I know, but
okay, I can't go back in time.
You're right. But in the same time, I'm just trying to point on some things.
Yeah, and you're right.
Thank you. That's the first time.
That's not true. That's not the first time. I wanted you to come
about this movie.
That's not true, because I wanted you to come to the meeting the following day.
I went to meeting
because I knew you were right.
I went to the
Why
meeting.
else would I want you to come to the meeting if I thought you were wrong?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
To fix something, to help to fix something.
Yeah, because you're right.
And I helped a little bit, probably.
But
to change the color.
But to say that I didn't agree with you,
there was just example I was trying to show you how, like, you do know how to put the light on, and you're thinking you know.
Well, first of all, I didn't even light that scene. Okay.
I'm trying to this example.
So I got a little bit defensive because I'm not perfect.
No one's perfect.
Right. And I got defensive at first, and I was trying to explain to you, like, what we did, given the amount of time we had and the amount of lights we had and the money we had and the amount of people we had, was really good.
Okay, so look, people right now will hate me, will hate my voice because my English is not so perfect. My pronunciation is not so perfect. People will hate me, and we need to, like, explain why. They don't care. They don't care. I'm not a native American, and I can't.
No, but I mean,
they don't care about it.
I'm not following you.
No, I'm just like I want to, like, for example, I want to enjoy the podcast, right? I want to hear the good, like, English, wherever. But if people not enjoying, like, how I'm talking,
well, I think people are gonna love how you talk.
I'm like,
but this is not a good example. Here's a good example. Okay, 2 movies. One of them costed $1 million. One of them costed $300 million. Maybe the one that costed $1 million is better than the one that costed $300 million.
You never know. There's, like, how many examples with, like, small budget and a great movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's a good example. So basically, what you're saying is, just because you didn't have the money doesn't mean you couldn't have made it as good as it could have been.
Okay. Right. Yes. Right.
Okay, and I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm also saying is that given that amount of money and that. See, here's the difference with like an actual movie where you can control what you're doing and how many scenes you have and what you're directing. You can make it as good as it can be. But in this situation, we were trying to please a client who wanted to put more stuff than we had time to do. And we're not perfect. We're not experts. And that's why I asked you your opinion, because deep down inside, I do want to be better. And but I also wanted you to kind of validate me and be like, wow, this looks really good. But you saw a $100 million movie mixed in with this $30,000 thing that we did, that we had to do like 7 different scenes in, and all we had was Troy, who's like not super experienced, but I still think he's pretty good. And you're basically saying, why doesn't yours look as good as this one?
Yeah, because I'm a customer. I'm just trying to...
But why don't you answer your own question? Why didn't it look as good?
Because probably the people was not experienced.
That's... and? Is that it?
Probably, yeah. Because if you experience enough and you know how to set up the light and you know how to like fix that problem on a set,
yeah.
If you see that, you can make a great movie.
Yeah.
It's like for example, if you're gonna give me like $5,000 for a photo shoot, or $500. Yeah, I can make both things looks good, but some of them could be better. Yeah.
Well, what if what if you have the client telling you they want it to be brighter and they want you to move faster, and we don't have time to set that light up over there, and we don't have time to like change the lens?
Okay, if clients agree that's fine. That's totally fine.
Well, that's
totally up to client. But we were talking about different things. You were asking me how I'm feeling about this movie, and I was honest with you. I answer, and you went like crazy. That's it. We were talking about like how I'm feeling that movie. I didn't know all the circumstances it was.
Should I not be allowed to tell you the circumstances?
I don't need to know that.
Really?
But like, look, I'm a customer.
No, you're not a customer.
Why?
Because you're my friend and my coworker and my collaborator and somebody that I create art with.
But you said before nothing we can change. So it means I'm a customer. If you would ask me before and we could change something, yeah, I'm agree with you.
If I could ask you,
and if you would ask me before you start doing this project and show me some picture, like,
okay, here, what about the Stan Smith thing? Have you seen that? The thing we shot in the ice cream shop?
The full thing? No, I watched like something.
What do you think about that? Is that better than the Quiet Place thing that we did?
Just a little bit better, but not perfect.
Right.
Well.
Why isn't it perfect? You were there.
Yeah.
You were there.
I know.
So why isn't it perfect?
There's some reason.
Why? What, you don't want to tell me?
No.
What is it?
How about lighting? Outside, we had bad lava mics. We could use it before. We could fix it before we start the shoot. Yeah.
So why didn't we?
I don't know.
Right.
Because someone who responsible for the sound didn't check it. Like,
the sound actually is pretty good. I was able to make it all work. So it wasn't a matter of being inexperienced on that shoot.
It's matter. Yeah, if the guys was more experienced.
Because all you said was that it was a matter of not having enough experience on the quiet.
Yeah,
place.
if it would be like.
But when I asked you about the shoot you were on, you only mentioned specific things.
But I was on the small part of that shoot.
Yeah, but you're not saying the answer you're giving me isn't they were inexperienced. It's like you're talking about all the specific things that went wrong.
Yeah, but what you're asking for that?
But I'm also asking for that on the quiet place thing too.
Yeah.
Right? So
and
it's
I
like,
told you that.
So it's like when I talk to people like you or like any other person who has experience in this field.
And there was a miscommunication also.
Always.
No, there was like a big miscommunication because we were filming. Actually, guys were filming.
I have to pee.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
Yeah. Guys were filming. They knew they're going to do only vertical things. Only vertical movie. But then, after we shot that, somehow we figure out they should be like horizontal. And like how you can shoot horizontal if you like concentrate only in the middle of your frame. That's ridiculous. So yeah.
They want both.
Yeah, but who knew that? You and Tim?
What?
Who knew that?
We all knew that.
No. Neither one of those knew that except you or Tim.
Well, because Tim thought that the vertical one was important.
Yeah, but Tim before the shoot asked us to tape the screen.
Well, that's because that's what the client normally wants.
Yeah, but no one mentioned about the horizontal. That's the problem.
That's not what the client didn't tell us that till after we shot it.
Yeah, and that's one of the reason why this Stan Smith not really good. Because you can see on the borders like not really good frame. Because the guys concentrated on the middle.
But that's because this is actually a really good example of what happens. The client, it's because of the client.
No, but like look,
the client told us after the shoot, we want to edit, we want a widescreen edit. But every other shoot we've done for them was like this.
Vertical.
And that's what we thought it was supposed to be going into it, because our client is a mess. And they don't even know, because they didn't find out from network, didn't know until Adidas told them after we shot it, and there was nothing we could do.
Maybe I misunderstood something, but I heard your team says we knew that we're gonna shoot both vertical and, or maybe
we always shoot both, but we never thought that the vertical one mattered nearly as much.
Vertical, perfect.
I mean horizontal.
I saw vertical perfect,
and that's all that mattered.
Yeah, but the horizontal is not good.
Oleg, are you not understanding me?
I understand. I'm just telling you because you asked me like...
No. Listen very carefully. We didn't know that the horizontal one was going to matter until after the shoot.
Listen me very carefully. You asked me how I'm feeling about that shoot. I said it's not really good. Horizontal is not really good. Vertical is perfect.
Okay, but
I understand that.
But what you're not understanding is that the client.
Yes, client. Yeah, I know.
When you're making a movie like The Quiet Place, which is what you compared my thing to, the director gets to do what he wants to do.
Yes.
We didn't have that luxury on that shoot. And it does matter a little bit. So you just misinterpret my defensiveness, my initial defensiveness, and that's why you're saying I am impatient and my ego's big because I'm defending myself, which I'm not perfect. But I came around literally when I called Troy and wanted you to point out all the things that were wrong. That was me like within an hour or two wanting to hear your advice and wanting to get better and admitting that we may have made some mistakes right away.
You shouldn't defend yourself because everything you said everything was in the hands of director, right? Director was like number one, so you shouldn't defend yourself. You should say that's what director does.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't.
That's it.
Yeah, but he didn't really.
Doesn't matter. It's his fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah, but see, that's where you just don't get it, dude.
Like,
you think the director is like setting up the lights?
No, but director could say, I don't like it.
We didn't have time. We were fucking running through that whole shoot. The talent wanted to leave.
We don't have time on their Stan Smith shoot either.
Right.
But like we were doing and doing again.
I know,
because
but
the sun is going back and forth, and we were trying to make it better and better. I know what client was pissed, but we were trying to make it better and better and better. That's why you didn't like it. Like you always like argue, we don't have time. We didn't have time either over there,
and we still didn't get it right.
But we got it better than was before because we took like 3 or 4 takes.
But the client was upset.
Doesn't matter, but
it does matter actually.
But the picture was better.
But what's more important?
If you gave the client good product, I think client would be really glad to have it than just to be upset and get the really bad product.
Do you think that some clients are like that?
I agree with you. There could be some clients really, really bad or really, really good.
Now we're cooking.
Look, I'm not arguing with you about the people. People different. People could be bad.
And the client compromises the project.
Yeah. I understand that.
Okay, so you can't compare you can't compare what we shot that day to an actual movie where they have time and they have creative control and they have a budget and they have the proper equipment. You can't compare the two.
I compare that because there was a frame, your frame, and next second the Quiet Place frame, which was shot perfectly.
Right.
That's why I compare.
Yeah, but
if I didn't see that shot in the whole that movie, I wouldn't compare it.
I know, but
you gave me the reason to compare, to put the good amazing shot into your movie.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. That's the way the edit was supposed to be. It's not.
I know. I'm just trying always to get more and better frame, picture, whatever it is. Even if we don't have a time, even if a client will piss.
Do you think that
I'm just trying
do you think that I should not explain myself?
Explain yourself what?
Like the whole thing about we didn't direct it and we didn't have time, and you don't think any of that shit matters?
I don't know actually. I would just like complaining about director because he or she, I don't know who was, didn't fix the situation. He could fix. Like you don't have time. It's like it's a second. Like
yeah,
you didn't have a second.
Not. It's 5 minutes, and then you want to get it perfect again, and then it's another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And
so
it's not
you're telling me like all that movie was with one take? You never had 2 takes?
Maybe there was 2. I don't know. We had 1 or 2.
So it means you had time.
Well, they definitely didn't have time. They were definitely
so
rushed.
They have time. They have time. They had time for 2-3 takes, but they didn't have time to fix it.
Well, sometimes you don't get it right till like the 10th take.
That's why I'm talking about. If you're director, if you see something wrong with first take, okay, tell the guys switch the light or change it.
But what if you don't have time?
But we just agree we had.
No, Tim told me that he didn't want to. There were certain takes where they were running out of time and they had to just let it fly.
Okay, I'm still like trying to get the best as I can.
So were we. We always are.
Like I never believe if you have like 1, 2, 3 takes and you cannot fix anything. I can't believe that. I can't.
But it happened on the Stan Smith job.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's not perfect. We had you guys were in there doing a bunch of takes.
The widescreen? No, it's not perfect. I explained you why. But the vertical thing is perfect.
No, nothing's ever really perfect.
Okay, sorry. It's good. It's good. You don't need to be like shy about that. But about the widescreen, yes.
Yeah. I think that you underestimate my ability to have patience and have humility and to see the error.
What's
in
the
my
different
ways.
things? Right now we're talking about different things.
No, we're not.
No, patience. Patience. There's nothing to patience. Nothing. With this movie, it's nothing go to patience.
No, we're talking about me arguing with you that day and not having patience and having a big ego when you told me what was wrong.
Yeah, big ego. Yes, but
Right.
not the patience.
But I think that you're you're underestimating how quickly I came around and wasn't defensive anymore and called Troy and then wanted you to come to the meeting.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, you.
But you don't really give me
I
credit.
I admit that.
No,
like
you don't give me credit for it though. You tell me that I have a big ego, the size of the sea.
I admit 10 minutes ago, you coming from the top to the bottom, like in 10 minutes, and you were like already forget the argue. I admit that, and I told you that. Isn't it?
Well, yeah.
But yeah, why are you like telling like right now?
Well, because I don't think that I think I do pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yes. I just like point on some of your things which you asked me to point. If you wouldn't ask me, I never would say that.
Okay, well, it was good talking to you. We kind of went on a really, really gnarly tangent.
Fuck! It's like 3 hours almost.
And no, it's 2 and 2:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that when we talk about shit, it takes a lot longer.
It just cut me off from this podcast.
You're never going to. Maybe it has nothing to do with the language, but it must. But it also must have to do with your personality and just your culture. Because I feel like when we talk about things that would normally take me like 5 minutes to like get to the bottom of it, like I have to like it takes us like a lot longer.
Because we like it two goats.
Right.
It's not about culture. It's not about that. Because we're both goats, and we go in like fighting, because ego goes to ego.
I and I think that like two goats, if they can learn how to work together, can make something so much better than if a goat made it with a sheep.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part about making things that are great, is you're going to have great people that all have like big egos. And the goal is to like lower the egos and listen. And it's very hard. Like try to imagine if you showed me something and I said to you what you said to me, how defensive you would get. If you were rushed by the client and you didn't have enough money or didn't have enough time or whatever, and you weren't directing it, but you did the best you could, and I was like telling you how it looked like shit compared to this other thing. Just try to imagine like how you would respond to me.
Yeah. But like probably the same. But like if you could like explain me those things, that would be different. Like there's a difference if you're like telling somebody like your picture, your video is shit without explanation, right? And the second option, if you're telling that your video is or like picture is shit, but you're explaining why.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm not
Right,
talking about
right.
I'm not talking about your video is shit.
And instead of me just going like, oh yeah, that's right, I was like explaining like why it happened or whatever.
I'm just trying to point like
That's like the way I respond can be better.
maybe you shouldn't go like that, like
And the
that
reason
boiling kettle, you know.
the reason that I respond in that way is because I'm like defending myself, and I am a little bit insecure about shit.
And like you wasn't there, and you wasn't direct that. You like it's just your company made that.
But I was proud of it, and when I showed it to you, I really saw all the flaws in it, and I saw how it could have been a lot better. But I still think it was a really good, considering all the circumstances.
No, we fixed a little bit, and it's a different like color, and it works different.
It was better,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
just a small change the color.
but that wasn't even a final edit.
Yeah, but just a small change of color, and it's already like kind of makes it looks more
Cinematic,
or like
and we did that.
a little bit identical, you know.
And we did that. I still don't actually know if that even came out.
So that's my point. Do not like put someone like on like shit place or something like I don't know how to say. So this is my point always, like to explain why. Explain.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like we need to be able to have a conversation without it becoming a fight. So I need to be less defensive, and you need to be more receptive.
Yeah, but like I didn't say like anything crazy.
Did. Yes, you did, because when I started bringing up certain reasons, you were like, "That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Why are you talking about money? Why are you talking?" It's like, well,
Yeah.
dude, it does matter. And I
explain you why money doesn't matter on some sort of situation. I explained that.
but it does matter in others.
Yeah, but I was talking about like some sort of situation, just one step ahead or one step back, like, and people not gonna block the light. Just one small step.
Yeah, well, in that situation, money didn't matter.
Yeah, I was pointing on those situations where the money doesn't matter.
But there were other situations.
There's other situation I didn't talk about it.
No,
about
yes, you did.
With
Yes,
a
you
pale
did.
pale situation, no. Then I was talking about like overexposed white T-shirt or white hoodie. Yeah, there was overexposed, and how you cannot see that? That's not like my opinion or your opinion. There's the overexposed. There is nothing. There is no color in there. It's like it's like you cooking eggs, but without some ingredient, you know. But the eggs, it means ingredient. The eggs, it means eggs. It should be like egg.
So I need to be less defensive.
Like if it's true,
Yeah,
yes.
it was true, and you were right.
And you were defensive because like I was just pointing out like,
I need to be less defensive.
just a little bit.
But you don't think that you can be a better listener?
I could be.
That's all I said.
I could be better listener.
We don't need to go back into the whole situation.
No, we didn't, because you brought it up again. Money.
Well, I'm just trying to give you an example of one way that you could listen and be like, yeah, you being rushed and you not having enough guys, and I could see how that could make it harder.
No, that's going to be a long conversation again.
You're so, like, you will not give me an inch. You won't listen. You won't. Like you're so fucking stubborn. It's fucking
Two situations.
insane.
Like, why would I stubborn? Two situations.
You're just stubborn.
Two frames.
You're right when it comes to those frames.
So why, like, I was rushing? Why I was stubborn? Why?
Right
like,
now, you're not listening. You're not hearing me. I'm saying that when I got defensive, you got more defensive, and it became a fight.
No, I didn't defend. I wasn't defensive. I was just trying to point on those things which you don't want to listen, and you start arguing. You start bringing me arguments like money, 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 and you keep telling me that right now, which I'm trying to.
You know what? You're right.
No, that's.
I'm wrong.
Okay, that's another thing which you're really, really bad, because when you disagree or you don't want to talk about it, you say, "I'm wrong. You're right. Bye bye."
No, because I definitely was wrong to overreact, and we definitely did make mistakes, and you helped us see those mistakes. I believe that.
I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe that?
I don't believe what you believe.
What do you mean? You don't think I really believe that?
Yeah.
You don't think
on that moment, maybe on this moment you believe in this,
Yeah.
but on that moment I don't think, because you were arguing like.
No, I believed
you was
it.
blank like.
No, I believed it then. I was just trying to explain to you why it was difficult for us. And now, you know why this is difficult for you right now? Because this is where you need to own your part, and you cannot do it. You cannot do it.
Why my part?
You don't have any part in anything that happened that day. You're completely you're incapable of looking at yourself and going, you know what?
No, I was just heard you. I heard you. I heard your feelings.
So what could you have done better in that situation?
Just shut my mouth.
Yeah.
That would be better.
See, that's you're never going to have a good working relationship with me if you just shut your mouth.
That's why I didn't shut.
Okay, so what could you have done better besides shutting your mouth?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you can't look at where you, like, do you know how hard it is for me to admit that I was wrong and that we made a mistake and that those shots were overexposed and that we could have done better and that you were right when it comes to certain things, and then I wanted you to come to the studio? Do you know how much humility that takes?
Probably, yes.
Now I'm asking you to do it.
What
Look
exactly?
at where you could have been better in listening to me, in being more empathetic, in being less aggressive in your approach. I'm asking you to look at some of those things and tell me right now how you could have been better.
No, I just could just say maybe a different way.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing.
But I can't.
Yes.
I'm strict.
You can.
I'm strict and I'm straight.
You can, but you want to know what? It's very, very difficult.
I don't know how to say that thing different way.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Maybe you don't know how, but with the power of love and God and empathy, I think you can. But it's all good.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go play Doom. Doom is a new video game I got on Xbox. I really like having conversations with you because you tell me the truth. It was great talking to you, and thanks for listening.
Yeah,
this was a really
me too.
long
Thank
one.
you.
And please, fuck, I guess we're supposed to just go with the program when it comes to this quarantine shit. So let's just try to stick with the program and wear masks and
coronavirus.